Every week I get questions like, what ETF should I buy? SCHD, JEPQ, SPY. And while I love answering those questions, I think a lot of people are asking the wrong one. Because before you can hire the right ETF, before you can build the right retirement portfolio, before you can make better financial decisions, you first have to become a better investor. Today we're looking at Finelo, an investing education platform. And I believe education might be the highest return investment you'll ever make. Let's find out why. Welcome back to Simply Money. Before we get started, I want to let you know that this video is sponsored by Finelo. As always, sponsorship doesn't change how I approach these videos. My goal is to show you what the platform offers, who I think it can help, and how it fits into building long-term financial confidence. If you're new here, I want to welcome you to Simply Money. Here at this channel, we believe that successful investing isn't about chasing the next hot stock or the highest yield ETF. It's about consistently making better financial decisions. You've probably heard me say it many times. I don't buy ETFs, I hire them. Every ETF has a job. Every job has a purpose. But before you can hire the right team, you have to understand what each player actually does. That's why today's video is different. We're not reviewing an investment. We're looking at an educational tool. Because I believe becoming a better investor starts long before you place your first trade. As we go through Finelo today, I'm going to answer 3 questions. Another tool I'd recommend adding to your Simply Money toolbox? Let's find out. The first thing I want to ask is why learn before you invest? Most people are not bad investors. Most people were never taught investing. Schools teach almost nothing about personal finance. Social media teaches people what to buy instead of how to think. And our goal is to help viewers become confident decision makers, not copy our portfolio. That's exactly why I wanted to explore Finelo. When I first created Simply Money, my entire goal was to help bring financial literacy to folks and help people make better financial decisions. And so when I review an app like Finelo, I keep that in mind. Will this help you make better decisions? So that brings us to question number 2. Can education improve your returns? Well, let's look at our first impressions. I'm going to look right here at Finelo, pull it up on the website. And my first impression is that it seems a little bit barren. Now, again, this is my honest feedback. I am being sponsored on this video by them, but they wanted my honest review, and that's what I'm doing. When I look at this, it seems a little bit, I'm just going to say it, dull. It's a lot of white space, but it's simple. It's easy, and that is actually a good thing. The first thing you'll come to is the Learning Center, and that's important because this is about learning to be a better investor. You can see you have a 28-day trading challenge. You can see all the courses by clicking on that link. You can go back to the main path, and you just come and you click on each of these check marks. Now, I've already gone through a couple of these just in reviewing it. What is trading? You can read about it or you can listen. If I want to read, I just click the read, and it brings me to these lessons. Just simple, easy to click, just short little, almost like a comic book, just quick with a little graphic lessons that you can go through. You can do it that way, or if you prefer, you can listen to it. And then it just tracks that you've completed the lessons. And so each day you just go in and do a couple quick lessons. Trader's Dictionary, learning about information. Just quickly off the top, it is very easy to navigate. You come down through your 28-day challenge. You also have down here the main tabs that you're going to look at. So we're in the Learning tab. You can come over here to the Tools, and we'll dive into each of these in a little bit. But it has tools, so it's very easy to navigate. This is your analyzing your trades. You have your portfolio. You can buy and trade assets here. They have a simulator where you can do it for fun and practice with somebody else's money. Well, with fake money, it's just simulating. What if I had done this? And practice before you actually go and open an account, and you just click right here. Then they have a leaderboard. So as you're doing this, you're seeing, how am I doing? How am I comparing to others? It just tracks your score here. Just a little way to navigate and see, how am I doing on this portfolio? And then it has your profile here with overview, different things that you can see, achievements. first impression is it comes across a little bit blah, a little bit too much white screen, but it is very easy to navigate. It's very quick and easy lessons. It makes it doable. A lot of times, educational tools, financial tools in particular, are overwhelming, and the educational part, someone's like, here, read this book, or here, listen to this 3-hour podcast, or take this course. And this is broken down into very small, digestible chunks where you can just do a little bit, and it's a 28-day challenge, especially for beginners. And then they have the simulator for later on to practice and put those things into use and try that in a simulation type scenario. Third question I want to ask is, are you hiring the right investments? One of the things Finelo can do, and this is what we do on Simply Money, is asking, are you hiring the right investments? Should I buy SCHD? Should I buy Chippy? Whatever ETF or stock they're interested in, they're asking me that. And the question I want to ask them is, what is your need? What is your team looking like? We're trying to fill a slot. And so are you hiring the right investment? And this is where Finelo can come in, helping you learn about different investments, what they do. So imagine trying to hire employees without knowing what each position does. You'd probably build a terrible company. The same thing happens with investing. People buy SCHD without understanding dividend growth. They buy JEPQ without understanding covered calls. They buy international ETFs without understanding diversification. Learning pathways help build that foundation, and this allows you to make sure you're hiring the right team member for your team. So I think Finelo does a great job with that by building your education and understanding what individual stocks and ETFs are actually doing so you can decide if they fit on the team and the position you need for your team, because that's important. It's not just about picking the winning stock. It's about filling the position on your team. So that brings us to a fourth question before you risk real money. The simulator is allowing you to practice before risking retirement money. You think about it like a pilot who goes into a simulator. You don't want to just take someone and say, here, jump into the plane and good luck. Try, see how you do. Failure is catastrophic. With your retirement nest egg can be catastrophic as well. So this gives you an opportunity to use a simulator. Doctors do that. Athletes do that by practicing. And that is one of the biggest things I liked about Finelo, is the ability to practice in a simulator type situation to learn and put into practice the things you've been reading and learning in the lessons. It allows you to build portfolios and try different strategies. It allows you to learn from mistakes, and it helps develop your confidence. A simulator teaches mechanics, experience teaches emotions, but both matter. So you can get into the simulator, you don't have the same emotions as if you're actually doing it, and that's where practice and experience will come in to help keep your emotions in check. I've gone through that with many different ETFs. If you want to check out the one I just did recently on SCHD, holding it for 9 years, and the emotional ups and downs that it's brought me through, and how holding it even in the hard times, holding it when the market was down, holding it when everyone was saying sell, 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 has allowed my compounding to truly take effect and has propelled my portfolio to the place it is today. And that is because the experience has kept my emotions in check with investing. I don't panic sell. I don't fret when the market is dipping or crashing, because I know long-term what I am looking for, and I know what each team member on my team is doing and why they're reacting in particular situations the way they do. And that brings us to a fifth thing and that's building your investment team. Finelo helps you a leaderboard to show you which ones are leading. It shows you how you're doing, and allows you to discuss things like your motivation and accountability and staying engaged in the investing process. A lot of what I get questions about is, should I sell? When should I sell? Oh, I just bought this and now it's down. Those are things that are indicating to me the emotional struggle that you're having with investing. Because if I just bought Chippy a month ago or 2 months ago, and it was peaking at about $90, and now it's down to about $70, we get the panic mode. Oh, I bought it the wrong time. I need to get out of this. Did you buy it for a 1 month return? Did you buy it for a quick fix? Or did you buy it because you believed in the fundamentals, the underlying stocks, and the long-term outlook for that sector? That is where you have to understand where your emotions are as you're building your team and knowing that your team's going to go through some struggles. And different team members will hold up the team in downturns, and other times, other team members will help in a rush when the market's bullish, while others may seem to be dragging it down. And that's knowing what your team members are doing and why they're doing it. Because investing isn't about beating someone else. It's about becoming a better investor than you were yesterday. And that's why practice, simulators, motivation, and accountability are important. So as I look at Finelo, I like it. I would not have done this if I didn't think it was something that some of you could use. Do I think everybody needs this? No. Just like I don't think everybody needs the drip score from Simply Money, or everybody doesn't need the retirement stress test from Simply Money. I offer these different tools because different people need different tools. And for Finelo, some people will need some more education, foundational education. Others will need more practice through the simulator. And others need a platform where they can actually go in and invest and have that motivation and have those tools handy. We have built an entire platform on Simply Money with the drip score, with the retirement stress test, with the portfolio manager and the portfolio planner to help you, but put them into different scenarios with the planner, manage them, and then stress test them. And Finelo, I believe, can add to this pool of education and literacy in your financial journey. Every one of those tools helps people make better investing decisions. Finelo serves a similar purpose from a different angle that helps educate investors. Education leads to confidence. Confidence leads to better decisions, and better decisions leads to better outcomes. So who should use Finelo? I'm going to show you a little bit about it here in a moment, but there's 3 audiences I believe should be using this. New investors, because learning investing correctly from the beginning is important. Intermediate investors, because you can fill knowledge gaps and build confidence. And I also think for parents, because it's a great tool for teaching teenagers and young adults before they invest real money. So let's jump over here. I want to show you a couple things. When we go over to the tools, you can analyze your trades. You can just click that here. And I want to show you something. We're going to put in a chart here. So what I did was I took a screenshot of Chippy. And this is the screenshot of the 1-year return of Chippy. And you just put that chart in there and it uploads it. So you can see yield max semiconductor portfolio option income. Here's the screenshot that I put in there. It shows you the current price. And then it starts giving you some insights that right now it's bullish. The volatility is medium. The positive sentiments that it has, trading signals, a good start level, a safety stop. They're looking at the position as a long-term hold. Then they have projected exits. And you can go in here and get details on different things. So it just gives you some more tools that are handy. And I love this that you can just throw in a chart right there. You can take a screenshot of any chart of any fund, and it'll run those types of scenarios for you. You can save that report if you'd like. Has some news, latest news on that. You can upload a new chart and just keep doing that and save those reports. You have the market. These are AI functions, the market forecast. Click on there. Again, you can open up a chart. We'll go with Chippy again. We'll do the same chart with Chippy now on the AI forecast of the market. Takes a second to analyze. And again, it tells you bullish scenarios, sideways considerations, and bearish scenarios. So it goes down and analyzes in these 3 different scenarios, different trigger events, possible risk, and a summary. And this is how you get educated on, is this player, is this ETF the right member for my team? Because I want to know, 1, what's my team look like? What position do I need to fill? And does this player, does this team member fill that position the best possible way? And is what gives you those tools to do that. All sorts of different things you can do here. Pattern finder, trading simulator, you can do that with virtual money. You have the portfolio. You can buy assets, test out different things. Oh, I want to buy this. And again, you can open up a real account and again, the leaderboard. So that is just a quick overview. Again, I'm not diving into this deep diving. you can check it out. Go to Finelo. There's a link in the description below. You can check it out, look at it, see if it's something you'd be interested in. If not, no problem. I appreciate you looking at this. Give me some reviews of it in your own opinion. Once you look at it, whether you like it or not, leave me some comments down below so I can forward that to the team at Finelo so they can continue to make improvements, just like I do at Simply Money. I'm looking for your feedback, good, bad, ugly, and different, because that's how we make sure we're meeting the needs and the desires of the audience. So your feedback is essential. Leave those comments for us, and I'll make sure they get that. Remember, Finelo doesn't replace experience. It doesn't replace research. It doesn't replace due diligence. It helps prepare you for all three. So thank you again, Finelo, for sponsoring today's video and supporting financial education here on Simply Money. As always, I encourage you to do your own research and decide whether a tool like this fits your own investing journey. If you've used Finelo, I'd love to hear your experience. Leave a comment below so we all can learn from one another. And if you're building toward retirement, financial independence, or simply becoming a more confident investor, I'd love to have you join us. Remember, I don't buy ETFs, I hire them, because every ETF has a job and every job has a purpose. Real numbers, real retirement decisions, no guesswork. I'll see you next time on Simply Money.